All right, guys, we are back with the 5K presented by First Home Mortgage and the Elmendorf Group. Thank you for the sponsor money. Of course, 5,000 bonus dollars on top of 5,000 pro points to each member of the winning team. So 5,000 total. That's 3,000 to first, 1,000 to second, 500 to third and fourth place. So thank you guys so much for supporting Call of Duty Esports. These teams expected to finish in the top 4. However, brackets don't always work out the way they'd like them to. As you can see, as I pull up the bracket here, Ron, we got Evil Genius making their run. It wasn't easy. After 2 3-0s, they ran into Rizma, FaZe, Felonies, and Fatalize, and their new squad went all the way to Game 3. Were able to close it out and search and destroy. Down here, another close matchup. Strictly Business takes domination pretty handily against FaZe Black, but FaZe Black battles back to secure the win with Blitz. And down low, Curse beats Ambush. That's Curse Orange, Curse Black pulling off the upset over Envy. That is currently going down in our round of 8. Bottom half of the bracket, Justice has secured a spot in the top 8. They're waiting to see if FaZe Red will be their challenger. And down low, we have Optic Gaming. They came through last minute. They beat 5K Warriors. That was Fizzerp and crew. Now facing off against Optic Nation. You can catch all of these streams live on MLG.tv. The match we will be commentating, though, EG versus FaZe Black. And please welcome back to the show. We have Gandhi and Maven. Guys, the story is all about FaZe Black today in the 5K.
Yeah, I mean, that's as much as, I was pumped for Optic Gaming versus Optic Nation. At least that was kind of a good time, I suppose, for connection issues, as we need to...
For us, yeah.
Well, this is the big one. I mean, this is as much as I was on the line money-wise for this series. I mean, the hype, I guess, is mostly around X Games. I mean, this is where players are going to be competing for gold medals. Is the next big partnership with MLG, and getting into that is kind of the prestigious thing right now. So this is going to be huge. Obviously, EG has a spot locked up. That's if I say. But FaZe Black has got to win the whole thing.
And here's a look at that FaZe Black lineup. This is not the team that you saw at UGC Niagara. Saint was filling in for Renato Forza, who could not attend. Saints Renato is back on the lineup today, and they didn't look as crisp as I've seen them in the past in their matchup against Strictly Business. They're going to need to turn it on against Evil Geniuses, the squad formerly known as Complexity here.
Yeah, EG is going to bring the noise. EG, you also have to look at it like this, right? From a competitive standpoint, EG kind of respects Envy and, FaZe Black as top 2 contenders as well. So if they can put a nail in the coffin, sure, they might feel bad, but they know that gold medal is just that much closer to them. So they're going to be very, very intense.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for FaZe Black to win. I mean, the reason I kind of picked them as my number 2 squad going forward over Envy is I guess I kind of feel like they're the only team, if you have them play, let's say they play 12 games. I really think FaZe Black is one of the few teams that is going to take let's say like 3 to 5 games out of that series. Whereas I think, when you look at Envy, obviously EG just has their number. But this one's going to be, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be obviously 3 hosts, I guess, for EG, 2 for FaZe Black. We're going to have to see how the breakdown goes. But, I mean, host is going to play a big part in it.
Host is going to be big, and of course, EG always going to have first as long as they're on top of the Pro Points mountain. These guys are the kings, I believe, at 170,000. I think the next closest is Optic Nation at 144. So these guys are like a full first-place finish ahead of everybody else.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
It's nuts, and it's because of their tournament victories and the fact that every tournament they go to where Pro Points are on the line, they're either winning first or they're finishing in the grand finals, taking home those series points. Also, they play consistently with the same lineup, never switching out players. The only moves we saw was originally dropping Too Quick for Clayster, almost a year later dropping Clayster for Karma. 2 moves, same roster every week, in and out. FaZe Black, newer team, but definitely the only squad, in my opinion, that has really challenged Complexity. Evil Geniuses now, excuse me.
I was just getting ready to roast it.
Yeah, and it's impressive, really, how far ahead they are, especially since, they don't play in every 2K. I mean, at least I know since we've kind of, what are they playing? It seems like every other one. When they feel like it, basically. They don't play in any of the 2v2s, 3v3s. The S&D, they don't. So it shows how dominant they've been from an event standpoint, that they're 30,000 points clear of everyone and aren't really on the grind with a lot of these Game Battles tournaments. So
well, they don't when you don't need to.
Yeah,
I mean that's a thing of beauty in itself.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's much better to be all the way up top than be in FaZe Black scenario and being like, all right.
Yeah.
Let's hope we ping well to this host.
All right, now, guys, Crim6 has the clan tag. Let's go into this. Crim6 has the clan tag 213K. I checked his Twitter followers. He's at 132,000. Is that how much money Crim6 has won?
It's probably lifetime winnings.
It's probably lifetime winnings, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Hey, Mom, you can make money playing video games. Happy Mother's Day. I like it.
I'm not positive, but that'd be my guess. I mean, I don't really know what else it could be.
I think that's because it was like 113K before Champs.
Oh, well, that would make sense.
That would
So, yeah.
explain everything. All
Yeah.
right. Nice. Well, Karma is in the action. Crim is in the action. That means we have all 8 players now
Is
here,
this just God?
ready to
Karma's
play.
is just God.
I can't wait to watch Carmen's movement again, dude. It's so funny watching him play.
We went to Chris. We went to
movement?
dinner with a lot of the guys from EG right after the
Minus
end.
Karma.
Minus Karma, and like we were just talking about his movements, and you can watch it. Like he gets kills he shouldn't because he's just. We basically decided, talking with the other members of EG, that his brain is just wired differently.
Yeah, he's 100% wired differently.
He just like will get scared, so his natural instinct is just to like be goofy, and he gets kills doing it. It's unbelievable to watch him play. It's just so different than watching a lot of players.
Like in Search and Destroy, Krim and Aches will like take turns, like kind of like coaching him through like what to do. And then Krim was like, he looked over and he was like, Damon, you gotta, the hell you're actually doing what you're supposed to do.
That's a really good play, Damon. Like, why'd you go there? He's like, I was scared there were guys over there. It's so funny hearing the dynamics between these guys, and that's a big part of why they're so successful, why they've stuck together, man. Good relationships, sticking together so long. Obviously,
they're
it produces
perfectionists
results.
on top of the fact that they have insane skill. And that drive to win, very few can rival it. FaZe Black, one of those squads that I think can rival it, especially from Sensor. And I just got word from our producer, the 213K is actually number of pro points. It's not 170. That's last time we checked it. They're now at 213,000, according to MLG Ron.
So they're beating everyone by like 50, 60K? No, more than that. Or is that just
70K, Ron? 70K?
Oh, yeah, my math isn't good. So they're beating everybody by 70K.
Yeah.
Hey, how many pro points total does FaZe Black have?
Let's go back to that card. 95,480, I believe.
So their lead is almost exactly what FaZe Black has as a team.
So basically, EG could take a 6-month break from Call of Duty and still be beating FaZe Black in pro points.
By the way, I nailed it. It was 95,480 for FaZe Black. Strictly business. Only 112 or 111,000 behind them. FaZe Red, almost 100. Yeah, it gets pretty gross. The next highest is Optic Nation at 142, chasing 213.
Wow. So 73,000 points. That's pretty wild.
That's some straight ridiculousness. All right, well, we're in the game. All 8 players are in the lobby. Game is not starting, so feel free to hop on your Twitter sphere. Let these guys know you are ready for the action. Send us your feedback. What are your thoughts on this matchup? Can FaZe Black continue in this tournament? They're gunning for that #1 spot. They need it for that X Games. Scott's saying hell no. 3-0 or 3-1, Scott?
This is what, top 8?
I'm gonna say 3-1.
Is this for top? This is top 8 play right now.
This is top 8 fighting for top 4.
Oh, we're whittling this down.
This is a prize money match right here.
Oh my! You took 3-1 EG?
Go ahead, Maeve. Just show your bias towards formal like you always do in every bracket show. Just go ahead and say
3-2 FaZe Black.
3-0 complexity.
Well,
Just
I don't
kidding.
know who complexity is.
Evil
Puckett,
Genius.
yeah.
Dude, we were lucky that we've been casting so many league matches, man. Because I swear to you, the first day, Scott and I must have corrected each other 20 times.
Oh my!
Hey,
YouTube
I'm gonna
videos
call him
haven't been fun
complexity
either.
until Crim6 changes his gamer tag. Deal?
All right, that works.
Yeah. All right, Crim, we're even. All right, I'm on board with Sensor off the start. Let's take a look at our teams as they stack up. EG, Evil Geniuses, Complexity acquired, or Evil Geniuses acquired the Complexity lineup for Call of Duty as they venture into the space. Karma, as you guys mentioned, one of the most entertaining players to watch of all time in Call of Duty. Pat Price and TP, the most tournament wins of any players in COD history. And Crim6, this guy is just a monster in any FPS, making the move back over to Call of Duty, and he has been a dominant force ever since. Arguably the best player in the game. Do you say he's number one right now?
I give it to Aches.
You give it to Aches?
We've talked about this
we've
so
talked
many
it,
times. We both say Aches. Just because now I think the role that Crim plays is a little bit easier than Aches, just because. And God, I'll probably get flack for this, but running an AR, it just is easier than I think it takes a lot more to be a competent sub player. But dude, when we're talking one's better than the other, we're talking like one of the five hairs on my head. So
peanut butter and jelly and a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
No, it really comes down to like how I explained it was. I feel like who I would draft first if I was an owner and all the Call of Duty esports community was up for bid, I would grab Aches.
Aches would be your number one pick. I like that.
Yeah.
I would go for Karma.
Ooh.
I'm insane. I'm crazy. All right, TP on my screen right now, and TP just got one in the back. Will he challenge for C or just get the quad cap on B? It looks like they're only going to send one player. Earlier, we were seeing like a three-man stack on B from Optic Nation. Complexity, now Evil Geniuses, really just always trusting their teammates to watch each other's back. All three go down, but they did get B control. Or no, they didn't. Stop just short.
Yeah, and down goes Karma as well. So Patty Cakes has to jump on here on B and see if he can get anything going here, and he's going to be taken out as well. So this is not looking bad for FaZe Black so far.
No, but I was just about to say that original big battle that we have on B for control. I was going to say win FaZe Black side, but just like that, it's neutral. Dito gets a 2-piece. Sensor picks up one. That's 3 down then for EG again. So no control yet. I mean, 2-point lead here just because they had a tick or two go by there with the 2-cap. So early control out of FaZe Black, but not much going for it.
A being neutralized by Sensor. Big plays here for FaZe Black. One player's going to double back. Sensor still drawing him out. Is going to win that battle. Does he go for the full cap? It looks like one player from EG is moving back. That's going to be Aches.
Yeah, and, Sensor just, dude, by sitting there and just holding A, I mean, he's in such a good spot. He's just going to sit there and keep neutral, and it's going to force Complexity to rotate back. So they're playing very well, man. And I don't know whose host this is first.
I have no idea. Yeah, how the breakdown's going to go for a host in this one right now.
I have a feeling it's Aches. 9-4. Remington,
I don't think Ace usually does, though, because he's known to have, the worst internet in the world. So
yeah, he doesn't have good internet.
Yeah, but again, he's shredding right now. 11-5, 2 caps. And as we're a bit under 3 minutes to go here, it's still incredibly close. It looks like that we have had a lead change, though. Lead has gone to the members of EG. So this will start to build as they do have control. But we do see, 2 members about that. I think 2 try to 2-hop B here. He's got a ton of coverage as all of EG is getting pushed back. So control is going to flip back to FaZe Black in just a matter of seconds, and there it is.
I'm a little worried here, guys, for FaZe Black. Their normal key to success and domination is to send Sensor to neutralize. After watching EG's kind of reaction to the first time he did it, Aches was going for the kills on B first. They had B controlled, and then they only sent one guy back. Yeah. Is FaZe Black's domination strategy going to work, and can they outslay EG for middle map control now?
Yeah. Slaying with EG is always going to be definitely one of the hardest things in the world. But as you're taking a look at it, I mean, as long as Dito can just, become... Oh, God. As long as Dito can just continue to do the things he's notorious to do.
4 down.
I think it's very easy for FaZe Black to...
Yeah, I mean, that was a big 2-piece by Saints and Dito. And, when you're talking about slaying, I mean, I think there's 3 times I've seen 3 down for EG, and then we just had the 4 down. So they are keeping up on slaying right now. And, yep, here we have a trip cap. This is absolutely huge. Their lead is just going to skyrocket here. But Complexity, they have 1 member on B or EG, 1 member on B right now.
It's very easy to say.
All right, Formal on B, not going to get it. Sensor now trying to clear the middle of the map. Saints also backing him up with the Remington. Nice duo work here. Saints is going to get on, but Sensor was dropped. So Saints has to defend himself against 2 players pushing from behind this bus.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, FaZe Black's looking very, very good. The rotations are good. They're always hopping on B. I mean, They're up by 22 points right now, and it just continues to grow.
And this is what, this is so important. That if this is EG's host and they take this first game, wow, that completely takes advantage, in my opinion, away from EG, especially in an online series. So, God, I have no clue. But as dominant as FaZe Black is right now, they're up, what, 23 on this side? I got to think it's theirs, but I have no idea.
And they do have better side as well, too. And, you know, EG has not done the best job of getting them off of broken, and that's why we've seen Dito and friends just basically dismantle them.
So my question was, can FaZe Black outslay Complexity, now EG? I think the answer is they can at least hang. Saints the only player going positive at 16 and 12, but they did a nice job. It was 41-40 in favor of FaZe Black. Now going to finish 80-63 after some 3-cap work. Amazing finish to that first side.
So that ends up being, what, 17? And yeah, they didn't outslay him, that's for sure, but they kept it close. I mean, they were only, what, outslay by a couple kills?
54 to...
The big thing was when they got that 2-cap and they held it for several minutes, and they had that 3-cap where it just, they didn't get many ticks. I think it was probably, what, 3-4 ticks? But
yeah, tops.
That really jettisoned up. I think they were up as much as 27 or something at one point. So huge first round out of FaZe Black.
All right,
I wonder if FaZe Black's going to go for the flip right off the break. I think that's their best option. I mean, if you're looking at it, if you're EG, obviously you know you have good side. You're running 3 ARs because it's on the Xbox 360. It could work out in your favor.
Yeah.
Whew. FaZe Black off to a hot start. They need to take a big game here on Octane. Can they continue? Looking at the stats, Saints, best game for FaZe Black. He went 18 and 12 on the other side. Aches went 20 and 13. He's got the hot hand. You saw one player pick up 9, the other 8 for EG, though. So a little bit of struggles from, I believe that was TP and Karma.
Yeah, and Aches is confirmed to be host, and FaZe Black gets host maps 2 and 3.
Interesting. I didn't think they usually had Aches host for them. But yeah, I was completely. I always hear about Aches and how bad his internet is. But I guess that kind of maybe plays out to an advantage for them. But all right, if that is the case, if that tweet you got is factual, God, if they take this first game, that
be
is
a hot 3-0.
Huge.
Very well could be a hot 3-0.
Hot threes. I'm on board with Saints off the break. We missed him in Niagara. His team finished 5th without him. How far can they play with him today? Up big. Actually, not huge, but 17 points. You got to be pretty happy with that against a team like EG.
Yeah, and if you're FaZe Black, basically my focus would be don't overextend. Don't try to go crazy here on B. Don't try to get a 3 or 4 down scenario. Last thing you want is get 2-capped off the break, and that lead just completely disappears.
First blood goes to EG as they get both Formal and Sensor down. So Saints up in the window is going to have his work cut out for him. Dito directly below. Saints spots the player top broken, but also gives up his location. Meanwhile, Sensor and Formal in the kill feed, answering right back. 3 down for Colt. The 4th one being tagged up. Here's a B cap.
Wow, that was huge by FaZe Black because they lost that original break and had 2 down. But right, like you said, right off spawn. I think it was Formal came back and picked up 2 right off the break. So huge plays there out of, no, sorry, Formal, was it Formal and Sensor?
It's Formal and Sensor, yeah.
It's Sensor, yeah.
But no one's been able to even look at B really yet. I mean, FaZe Black tried to, but EG got that bottom broken spawn, and they were just able to flood it. So now it's really up to Sensor to try to work this attempt, and he does. But this is just going to be back and forth. And if you're FaZe Black, you don't even want them to overcommit. You want them to just kind of sit back and let EG make mistakes.
They have no reason to throw a ton of bodies at B right now. They can solo cap it or maybe double if they're real secure in like a 3 or 4 down situation, fine. But they do not need to go nuts. But just like that, EG was able to take control, although he does go down. Saints gets a 2-piece. Formal gets 1. I got a feeling this is going to flip really fast.
I was really impressed there by TP covering Crim 6. Crim was on B. TP called out all 3 players who were trying to flank him. Crim able to dodge those grenades, stay alive, and capture B for the moment. But just like that, taken back by FaZe Black. Karma now stacking up with Teep will get it back in favor of EG. 18-21, a very close game with 3:15 still to go.
This is going to be very, very scary for Karma because the world's in front of him. He's going to be cleaned up almost instantly, him and TP. And now it is up to Patrick and Crim6 to try to see what he can do. Crim spots one, can he make it two? And he's just going to stay alive, actually pulls around and challenges, and down he goes.
Yeah, I was going to say, at first, that challenge might work out. If he could have got to run right to B, that would have been a really nice play. But he does get picked off, I believe, from the broken Humvee there. And were they able to get control? Yes. So
Saints
FaZe Black.
three-piece is going to get B and all map control. Saints is 13-4 to start this, guys. I just noticed.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. That's insane.
People wonder why they're going to stick with Saints, after him not being able to make the event, and this is the reason why. He is one of the few players in the game that can contend with any player. He really is just a select phenom.
Dito's doing such a good job here, man. He just went all the way around, neutral to C. He's not having the best game, but it doesn't really matter. And now you're seeing EG just kind of scramble around to see what they're going to do, and I think that's going to be Crim actually neutralizing A.
Saints is on a tear.
Saints picks up one more player behind the Humvee, finally going to clean them up. On the other side, best score, 9-7 for Karma and Aches, and Karma will get A control once again. One player in front of him before he can get to B. C is being retaken by Aches. So this is a 2-cap here from EG, 42-41 on the second side, 1:45.
And it takes taking a look at the minimap here, you can see FaZe Black got that A spawn here, so Aches really needs to get into a very, very good position to cover them on B because they need this 2-cap. What was the differential in that first side?
17. And looking at it here, they're going to be able to retake these, so they will have the 2-cap. I think pretty much if FaZe Black can neutral one of these 2-caps for any length of time, really, this one's going to be over because they're still down what? They're down 5, so 12 overall. FaZe Black's just got to get some kind of neutral here, whether they push B or push C. They seem to make sure they're on the same page.
Have you been watching Karma, Scott?
Yeah, I just watched Karma just jump and destroy that guy, man. It was insane.
I saw you sigh, and I was like, yeah, I feel that way too. Karma is so good sometimes. It's just like,
insane.
wow.
Oh my God, they're gonna go for the neutral on A. They are really pushing this. And now if you're taking a look at the minimap, you're gonna see that FaZe Black has one option. Push through to C, because right now this is not looking good. This is EG's game to lose.
And Pat Price knows it. He shuts down the one flanker, one more player behind the 18-wheeler. The kills constantly going down in A. Finally, Formal breaks them out. FaZe Black down by 6 points right now. Can they fight back?
They almost had the 2-cap there. They would have been all right, but Aches got a 2-piece on B. They were completely oblivious to that side, and I think that was really the game.
Yeah, no. Aches had to play the game there, man. He basically went prone right outside of B Dom, and he said, you know what? I'm waiting for both of them to hop on it, and he just came in there and got the world's easiest 2-piece.
Easiest thing ever. They're both like laying, looking the other direction, and cleans them both up.
Wow, EG, just when you think there's a chink in their armor, they just put on a fresh chain vest.
Wow.
Analogies with Scott.
Chain vest added, win acquired. There is your final kill cam from Karma as we cut his audio. 18-10, 3 captures from Karma. He was 9-7, turned it on in that second half. 17-9, excuse me, that's Pat Price again with 18 kills. So Aches finishing with a 38 bomb in domination. Not so bad.
Saints went 22-12, so he's feeling the rhythm.
Yeah, and we saw Dito, who we've been talking about how well he's been playing, struggle a bit in that one, definitely. And that's what's going to be strange to see a little bit with this FaZe Black side, because he had to kind of play a different role with Saint at Niagara. So obviously stuff's kind of changing back with Saints plural here back in the rotation. And I don't know if that was just a bit of them both trying to do the slang and Dito kind of being the odd man out and doing because he was the one kind of doing Sinister's job. Wasn't he the one that pushed that back flag for the neutral, I think, a couple times?
Yeah, he did rotate.
No, I think it really just comes down to like the heads up positioning between them. Because like if Dito's obviously not going to do, if he's not playing well, he can do anything. He's a very, very smart player, but if he's just not feeling it, he's going to be like, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Well, Formal's hosting game 2. First host was EG's. Now it's FaZe Black's turn. Guys, we're going to take 60 seconds to go load up, search, and destroy. It looks like the map is going to be freight. Stay tuned. The action continues after this.